Flosstube. I'm Jamie. Welcome to my channel. This is Stitching and Wishing. This is my very first Flosstube video. Who knows? Might be my last. Might watch this back and decide not to post it. Who knows? I've been a fan of Flosstube for just a couple of months, so I'm kind of a newbie. I got started watching Flosstube. I think I watched a Priscilla and Chelsea video first, and I love them. Priscilla stitches. I mean, Chelsea's a beautiful stitcher too, but Priscilla, and God, she's so fast. I don't know. I'm a very slow stitcher, and I could never keep up. But all their stitches and their finishes are just beautiful, and I'm very inspired by them, and I'd love to be able to stitch that fast, but you know, I go the speed I can go, and that's how it is. And I take a lot of inspiration. I've purchased a lot of patterns based on what they've stitched. I don't think that there's anything that they've ever shown on their channel that I just was like, ew, I hate that and I don't want that. So great inspiration. I love Pam and Steph. You guys make me laugh every week. I've very much enjoyed watching you. Recently, I've been watching Yvonne the Night Alstitcher, and she has a dough bowl, which I don't really know what a dough bowl was for. It's a big, beautiful wooden bowl that I'm guessing it's a southern thing, and I don't really know what a dough bowl is. But she makes all these pin pillows that she displays in it, and they're beautiful. And now all I want to do is make pin pillows. And I've made a lot of purchases in the last few weeks of patterns that I fully intend to make into pin pillows. And my goal is to have some kind of seasonal table decoration where I can display these pin pillows and have enough that seasonally I can change them out. So I can do a spring and a Halloween and a Christmas and a 4th of July. And it's probably not going to be a dough bowl. I'm probably not going to spend time going out and trying to find some big beautiful bowl, even though I'd love to have one. But I've got enough baskets and stuff around the house that I'll find something to display them in. And it'll be a nice change to kind of have my stitching displayed. I have a lot of finished pieces that are framed, and most of them, they're scattered around my house, but most of them are in my guest bath. If you ever came over to visit, you used my guest bathroom, you would just be surrounded by my finished pieces. And I'm actually lucky enough that I have a spare bedroom that is my office / craft room. And I have a lot of things hung up on the wall in there. It's mostly embroidery, and it's mostly small, no more than a 7-inch hoop. I have kind of a wall of hoops that I'm gonna change out. Actually, I'm tired of the color in that room, and so it's on my list to repaint it and kind of redecorate it a little bit. Maybe not use all those hoops, but I will show you that eventually. I don't know if you can tell right now, this is not my bedroom. I'm actually not at home. I'm in a hotel room, which is probably why I'm doing my first Flosstube. It's quiet here. It seemed like a good time to do it, and I way overpacked my stitching this week. I don't know what I was thinking, but I brought so many patterns and so many whips with me. I even have a finished piece. I don't know why I packed that. I guess I just wanted to make my duffel bag heavier. Today's Tuesday. I'm going home on Thursday. This stuff is going to take me 5 years to stitch. I ain't going to get it stitched in 2 days. I don't know why I packed so much. I really had intended to bring one whip with me that I am determined to get done before Christmas. It's going to be a pin pillow. It's going to be an Easter pin. I said Christmas, but I meant Easter. I'm determined to get it done by Easter. It's going to be an Easter pin pillow that'll go eventually go in my seasonal Easter bowl. But I thought that today for this Flosstube, I'm very rambling. I guess I'm nervous and I'm just gonna ramble, and I'm not gonna stop and restart this video again. I think this is my 4th time restarting this video, and just go with my rambling, okay? But my whole point is that I thought that I would go through the first couple of questions on the Meet Your Needle Worker tag. Just kind of introduce myself to y'all, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I overpacked for this trip. The first question is, where do you live? Hopefully you can't tell from my accent, because I don't think I have an accent. I don't know. Maybe I do have an accent and I just don't hear it. But I actually live in Georgia. I don't think I have the southern accent. I live north of Atlanta in one of the northern suburbs. Tonight I'm actually in Augusta, Georgia, so a little farther south than Atlanta. It's right on the South Carolina border. I'm working in South Carolina this week, and Augusta's kind of the biggest town nearby, and so it makes sense just to stay here. The next question is, what do you do for a living? I'm actually a geologist. I have a bachelor's degree in geology and a master's in hydrogeology, and I'm currently working for an environmental engineering firm as a geologist. A lot of people that get geology degrees tend to do other things. Not a lot of people stay in the field. There's not a lot of job opportunities for geologists. I would say that, the oil fields and environmental and government jobs are probably like the biggest employers of geologists, and I happen to go. I picked the environmental side. I probably should have picked oil. There's more money in oil, but I had these grand dreams of saving the earth, and so I picked environmental. I love my job. I'm transitioning out of the field, but probably over the last 10 years, I've spent, 60 to 80% of my time traveling and doing field work. I'm transitioning into more of an office job, so I should be home more, but I'm still traveling some. I don't mind these little trips. A lot of the jobs that I've done over the last 10 years have been longer jobs where I spent a lot more time in hotel rooms than I was at home during the year. And it's nice to kind of transition out of that and spend some more time at home. My time traveling is what made me pick up cross-stitching again. It gets really boring in hotel rooms, and I needed something to do. And somehow I can't remember what it was that made me stumble upon cross-stitch, but it's, it kind of spirals out of control once you're into it. I learned to cross-stitch, I think, probably when I was 10 or 12 years old. A woman from my church showed me how to do it. I remember that we did some kind of emblem using waste canvas on a sweatshirt. I don't know what it was. It was something for a church function of some sort. I don't know. But I remember doing that piece when I was little, and I remember pulling the waste fabric off, but then I don't remember ever doing cross-stitch again. Until 6 or 7 years ago. Like I said, I was traveling a lot. I was spending a lot of time in hotel rooms like this where it was kind of lonely and quiet, and there's only so much TV you can watch. And I didn't know about Flosstube. So I actually stumbled upon subversive cross-stitch, which I know isn't for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but the patterns, I love the patterns. They're quick, they're fun. I love the juxtaposition of having like some pretty flowers or some pretty bunnies with the F word. it's still one of my favorite things to stitch. I think I've transitioned out of some of those simpler patterns and I do a little more complicated things now, but I still I still have several of her patterns at home that are waiting in my kind of want to do list, and I'm gonna stitch the F word some more. And if that offends you, then maybe my channel's not for you, and that's okay. Everybody has their own thing. I don't love everything that everybody cross stitches, so it is what it is. I think that's probably enough about me for tonight. We'll get into that if I do more of these videos, but let me show you some of my stitching I brought with me since I brought so much. So I have one pattern that I am, like I said, I am determined to get it done before Easter. Actually, before I do that, let me show you my one finish I brought. My one finish is this Easter bunny. I'm sorry, the light is right behind it. This cute little bunny. I didn't do all of it. I think this flower piece kind of goes all the way around, and I feel like there's a border that I didn't do. But I'm gonna make it into a little pin pillow. And I thought this was perfect the way it is. And so, I don't know, this is 2/1 on some kind of, I don't know much about specialty fabrics. This is something I picked up at probably Hobby Lobby, and just some DMC floss. That's what I stitch with. I think this bunny's adorable. Didn't bring the pattern, so I think, I could be wrong, I'll try to link it below if I can figure out how to do that. I think the pattern is by Sherry Wright. Hopefully that's right. She is on Etsy, and I actually saw this pattern because one of you Flosstubers had received a package, and in it was this beautiful pink pillow with this bunny stitched in gray, and it was a little pin pillow, and it was beautiful. And whoever stitched it had said that it was a free pattern from, I think it's Shelly or Sherry Wright. I think that's right. And I looked everywhere and could not find that free pattern, but I found her Etsy page. She has an Etsy page where she sells this pattern. I'll try to link it below in case you want it, because it's adorable, it's quick. I'm not a quick stitcher, but I got this done in I think 2.5 days. And that's not full days. That's me coming home from work in the evenings and stitching for maybe an hour. And so it's pretty quick, and it's cute, and I think it'll be an adorable pillow. And that is the only finish that I packed. Okay, so the other pattern that I am determined to get done before Easter, that's going to be another little pin pillow, is from Satsuma Street. She is also on Etsy, and I think you can buy her patterns from 123 Stitch too, and probably some of the other needlework stores. But this is her. I didn't bring the pattern. I have the pattern, but I don't have the cover sheet, so I can't show you that. Obviously, I can't show you the pattern. But it's the Easter goose. That's probably not what it's called. It's probably, I don't know. But it's the goose. If you go to her Etsy page, you're going to see it. And she's got a bunny that complements this really well. And I think I have enough of this fabric left that I can do the goose, and then I've already purchased the bunny pattern because she had her patterns on sale last week, I think. She had her spring patterns on sale, and so I bought the bunny to go with the goose, and I will be stitching that sometime between now and next Easter. There's no way I can get it done before this Easter. Today is Tuesday, Easter is on Sunday. That's what, yeah, it ain't gonna get done. I'm going to be really pleased with myself if I can get this done. And all I have left is the rest of the basket. And I think there's some eggs and maybe a couple more flowers to stitch in. So there's not really that much. I'll probably work on this tonight, and depending on what time I get back to the room tomorrow after working, work on it a little more. But realistically, I'm not going to get this done before I go home on Thursday, which is why it is hilarious to me how many other pieces I brought, thinking that I was going to need something else to stitch. This is all I need. If I get this done, that'll be a Christmas miracle. So, again, it's hilarious how much I packed. Alright, so this morning, when I was getting ready to leave my house, this was in my purse. I also have a purse pattern. Your Mom the Night Alstitcher will tell you that you should never go anywhere without stitching. That you're going to find yourself in a waiting room, you're going to find yourself in some line, you're going to have some time to kill. You should always have some stitching with you. My stitching pattern, my purse pattern, lives in my purse, and I stitch on it when I have free time. Maybe I have extra time when I'm at work during lunch, or I have extra time during my day and I pull out my purse pattern. I at home at night, I'm on a Q-snap, and that's what I stitch. This week, the last couple week or so, it's been the goose, and I have some other whips that I'll show you in a minute that have taken my time when I'm at home. But if I'm in my car, if I have some time to kill in my car or in a doctor's office or whatever, this is my current purse pattern. It's ink circles, troubled neighborhood, bad neighborhood. It's the bad neighborhood series. It's the first in the bad neighborhoods. I think there's 6 of these. And of course I would love to do all 6, but I've had this for 6 months and I'm still not done with it. So this is Troubled Waters. This pattern, it didn't matter which in the series came first. This had to be my first one. There's contaminant going into the water and it's killing off the fish. That's what I do. That's my job. Saving the earth, cleaning it up. I had to do this pattern. So it is in my purse. I stitch on it when I can. Hopefully there's not too much glare. It's not. This is what I have done. So with my purse patterns, I try to do kind of the outlines, like I did the outlines of the buildings, and then that way I can fill in. If I can't really focus too much on my stitching, I can kind of fill in areas. I leave areas to fill in for those times when you just have one color and you don't have to do a lot of switching. That's what I have done. I want to get this done this year because I don't think I've purchased the other patterns in the series yet. I make a lot of purchases, so unfortunately I don't have a local needles and local LNS, a local needle workshop. That's still not right. LNS. Let's keep it simple. I don't have a local one, which you would think with a city the size of Atlanta there would be one somewhere. I haven't found it. I don't think it exists. If you know of one, please comment below. I'd love to shop locally and give my money to some of the local shops, but I don't think there is one. So my money goes to online shops, and 1-2-3 Stitch gets a lot of my money, but I try to spread the love. So I try not to order everything from 1-2-3 Stitch. I try to find some of the other smaller shops. Down Sunshine Lane, I've got a package in the mail. It should be delivered, I think, this week from her. Some patterns I ordered, and I don't know. There's a couple sellers on Etsy that do that are hard paper copies, and those are coming sometime in the next couple weeks. I've ordered. I kind of went on a buying spree, and this is a long story, but I was mad. When I get mad or I get stressed, I online shop. horrible habit, but the last couple weeks it's been cross stitch patterns, so I'm just gonna go with it. It's okay. I have a good job. My credit card will be paid for. It'll be okay. But moving on to one of the whips that I brought. So I have the goose. I have troubled waters. More than enough for this trip, for this 2-day trip. But this morning when I was getting ready to leave the house, I realized that I was forgetting my phone charger. So I ran back upstairs, and as I was grabbing my phone charger, I noticed my other project bag sitting on the dresser. And I was like, oh, if I finish the goose, I might need something else to work on. I'm not gonna finish the goose. But I grabbed my other project bag. In my project bag is a whip that I want to get done. After I finish this goose, I'm gonna get this done. I'm so close. I need to get it done. What I didn't know was also in that project bag was a whole bunch of other patterns and whips that should not have made this trip, but they're here. So it is what it is. So this whip, I don't have a good picture of what it looks like, but it's the Caterpillar cross stitch dash away stitch along. I think this started maybe last November or maybe October, November. And every couple of weeks, the stitch along, you know, they send a new pattern out every couple of weeks, a new portion of the pattern. I love it. It's fantastic. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I was doing so good at keeping up, and every week I was right on target to finish until like the last couple of pattern releases. For some reason, I don't know if I got bored with it or what happened, but I just stopped stitching. This is what I have. Isn't it cute? The Santa and all the reindeer names. So see, all I have left is Blitzen, and there's like a little town, colorful town that goes down here. It's adorable. I love this. I don't know why I never finished it. One of the things that I really liked about this pattern is, you see that orange reindeer? And then the orange gets carried down into Vixen and Donner. When I first started this, I was like, an orange reindeer? That's so random, because the first piece that came out was just the Santa and I think the reindeer. And I was like, I don't know if I like this and I want to do it. I love it. The color combination that she chose for this is fabulous, and I want to get that done. It's going to be done in the next couple of weeks. Also, after I finish Dash Away, I'm going to start another Christmas project. And this Christmas project is also from Satsuma Street. It's her most recent release, which is Santa's Flight. Do you see that? The hot air balloon and the colorful town. It's fabulous. This is my project. As soon as Dash Away's gone, this is my next Christmas project. This does call for beading. I bought the beads. I've never done beading in my cross stitch projects before, but I want to try it. I'm really trying to branch out a little bit, and I want to try some beading. I brought the fabric. I actually have the floss too. It's DMC floss, but I have all the floss for this too. I was gonna, some kind of miracle was gonna happen. I was gonna stitch all this week. This is the floss, the fabric I chose. I think it's just a 14 count Aida, and kind of it's a navy blue. It's a bright navy blue, but I actually think I bought this material on a trip to London. I was out looking for some local needlework shops, and that's what I found. I never found a cute needlework shop in London. There's probably one there, but I never found it when I was there. But I did get some bright colorful Aida at one of the shops, and I've had that blue for a while. I also packed the Cricket collection, Playing with Jacks. Somebody in Stitch Mania stitched this last fall. I love this pattern. It's been on my to-do list ever since. Thing about this pattern, it was hard to find. I ordered it, forgot I ordered it, found it somewhere else and ordered it again. So I actually have 2 copies of this pattern. I was thinking I was gonna sell it on Stitch Mania, my extra copy, or sorry, Stash Unload. That's where you sell things. But I was kind of thinking if this Flosstube thing works out, I'll make it a giveaway. I'll give it to one of you viewers, assuming I have viewers. We'll see if anybody watches this. Maybe in a couple weeks if you come back. If I do another video, we'll do a giveaway. We'll give away Playing with Jacks. Then maybe we can stitch it together. Maybe I'll do a giveaway and then we'll do a stitch along together. Alright, just a couple more things and then I'm going to cut this video off. I got a package from 123 Stitch right before I left. And there's a couple things in it. So, pin pillows. Yvonne also did some tarts. She did a tart tutorial the other day, which was really fortunate because I don't know if she did it the other day actually. It might have been a while ago and I just watched it the other day. But it was right after I had ordered Plum Straight Samplers Party Tarts. Aren't they cute? So it's the little Democrat elephant and it says God Bless America, and then the little Republican donkey and it says Land That I Love. I'm going to stitch both of these and I love them. I'm not political. It's not a political channel. It's Democrat and Republican. I don't care what party you are. I just think it's adorable and it's red, white, and blue and very patriotic. And one of the things I'm really excited about with that pattern is I ordered fancy floss. I've never stitched with fancy floss. I didn't even know it was a thing until I started watching Flosstube. I've always stitched with DMC. And, you know, before I started watching your videos and really learning about what fancy floss is, why would I spend $2.50 for this floss when there's this other floss that's 50 cents? So, well, it's more than that now, obviously, but I bought my first fancy floss. I'm gonna stitch up the party tarts with it, and we're gonna see how it goes. It's probably gonna be something that I get addicted to fancy floss, and I'm gonna spend all my money ordering floss. Whatever. Like I said, I've got a pretty good job. It's okay. Eventually it'll work out. Alright. The other thing I ordered was, it's another patriotic thing. Apparently I was tired of spring and ready to move on to some patriotic stuff. The Cobble Couple. Gloria and Julius Cobble Tree. This is from Audrey, is it RATM? RATM? Aren't they adorable? You see that with the glare? I can't wait to stitch this. I think they're adorable. Thing about this pattern too, this isn't printed. This is a picture. Like an actual picture that they just glued onto the front of this paper. I don't know if that's because it's old and it just was before that they had really good printers, or if that's just their way of showing how cute it really is. I don't know. It's adorable. And the picture really, it surprised me a little bit when I got it, but it's adorable. Love it. And the other thing I ordered, just one more haul, was, what is it? Jardin Privé? I don't speak French. I don't know what it is. Here, read it. You can read it. So I did look this up, and Jardin Privé actually means private garden, which is cute. And the pattern is Nature is My Workshop. So isn't that cute? Little Stitcher with her little kitty and the sheep, all her needlework in the tree. I love that. Can't wait to start stitching that. That's probably going to go on my summer list. So one of the other things that Yvonne does from the Night Alstitcher is she talked about it in one of her videos where she makes a list of like 3 or 4 projects that she works on for a month. And if she doesn't finish something, then she carries it over to the next month and so on and so forth. And that's how she kind of keeps up with things and keeps going. I'm going to try that. I'm going to follow her lead because she makes amazing things. And I'm going to try that. I've made a list of kind of things that I want to get done. I'm going to start kind of in April. Obviously in March I want to finish my goose. Gonna finish my goose. And that'll take me, Easter's like April 1st. So after I finish the goose, then I've made a list, you know, obviously I want to finish Dash Away, and then I'll probably start the party tarts, and I don't know, maybe I'll go through some more of my whips and really get a good list of what I want. And I have a bunch more coming. If I do another video, I'm gonna have more haul, because seriously, it's a terrible, terrible spending spree that I've been on. I really need to rein it in and just focus on stitching pieces and not ordering more patterns, because either that or designers need to quit making such adorable patterns. So, I don't know. Anyway, this has been fun. I'm gonna try to figure out how to post this video, and if you like me, please, I guess, I don't know, it's so weird to me to ask you to like and to ask you to comment. If you feel like it, fine. If you never want to watch me again, I understand. Peace be with you. I am on Instagram. It's Stitching and Wishing on Instagram, all one word. It's not entirely, my Instagram's not all stitching. I travel and take a lot of flower and pretty pictures and a lot of pictures of my dogs. So that's my Instagram, but there is some stitching, and I'll try to do better about posting more stitching on Instagram. Anyway, it's been great. I hope to see you again. Good night and goodbye.